how to control emotions and why you need to see the world differently. Hi, Will Perry here. Welcome to another Keeping the Conversation Alive video. So, why you need to sort of see the world differently and how to control. Lots of people want to control their emotions or have better control over their emotions, right? So how to control your emotions, it's quite a tricky thing. So let me just kind of put into a structure of see and hear and feel. Let me just put that. I just remembered my phone isn't on silent. So our emotions, what we feel, is created in simple forms from what we see and what we hear. And that creates how we feel. So feelings just don't pop up, although you might feel like or it might seem like they just pop up, but they only pop up when we either hear something or hear a sound or reflect on a sound or something from our past or future or present, or we see something from our past or future or present, and we can do that in our mind. Sigh, can we not? Or a combination of what we see and what we hear create our feelings. So that gives us a semblance of control, because we can simply change what we either hear or what we see, or the combination of the two, of how we're seeing what we're hearing or hearing what we're seeing, to create the difference and the change in how we feel. So there's a structure there, and that's kind of the structure I use and in the program and the work I do, and it's kind of useful. However, the only problem comes, it's not from positive. People don't come to me and saying, I'm too happy, I've got too many positive emotions, I just need to dial it down a little bit. Can you give me some control of that? That doesn't happen. So it's the people that are struggling with this like high sensitivity to negative emotions, where the emotional negative emotions are really sky high, and maybe people often operating on a high level of stress with negative emotions. That's when it becomes a problem. That's when you want to have more control to bring the levels down. So what's going on in that experience is obviously what we're seeing and hearing, are creating a certain feeling. So, okay, we've got the control here and here to change it. So learning some tools is great, but then it goes a bit deeper than that, because what you need to change is your map. I haven't got them. Oh, I have. Oh no, I haven't. Oh, just thinking I haven't got a map to illustrate, but I did have one on something. What was it on? Is it on this notebook? I don't think it is. Anyway, the map is not the territory. It might be a phrase that you know. I'm distracting myself with that, aren't I? I know I am. I'm sorry. I shall let go. So the map is not the territory is a term that I think is a really nice thing. So if you imagine a map, simplified, because it's not Google Maps, and Google Maps is not accurate because things change, and it's only accurate at that time and accurate to a certain detail and accurate to a certain perspective. So our maps, our understanding, are a figment of so much information, of so much values and beliefs and everything from up to this point, from our past particularly. But so our map is our understanding, but it's on a kind of subconscious level. Maybe you know this. If you know, you know. If you don't know this, then it's like it makes common sense. But we often assume that somebody's understanding, somebody's perception of reality, of the world, of their understanding, is the same as ours, especially if it's on a shared subject, a common theme, a work group, or a relationship, or we kind of assume, and there's a common understanding there. However, no two maps are ever the same. You can, if there were such things that you could transpose, you'd say, there's a difference there. I see, that's different to that one. Duh. Or as my sister and I used to go, ugh. So there's a difference, but you can never see it because in the subconscious. So this is like an interesting, for me, I think it's a fascinating, interesting thing. But this is where it becomes difficult to change the negative sensitivity, the high level of negative emotion. So your map is your perception, and we have this wonderful thing where we see so little of the world. So our map of the world creates what we see, imposes how we see the world. So you would have thought, well, if you see something, there's been tons of tests on this. Thinking of the gorilla test, I can't think who, what, or when. But if you know, you know. If not, and you want to know, because I now have sowed the seeds of curiosity, you can Google it actually. But there was a test where you were told to look at a short video and see how many people on your team, the white team, no, the team you were asked to look at, instructed to look at, how many times they passed a basketball within them in a confined space, filling the screen. And there were 3 people in white passing a ball, all moving around, so it's quite confusing to keep account of. And there were 3 people in black tops that were doing exactly the same thing, so you had to focus on the white people. And the answer, I think, was 15. There we go, that comes to mind. 15, because you watch it and you count it. Now, our 50-50 split on people that were instructed and asked to count the balls, 50-50 split, noticed something other in the video, and 50% didn't. And when the ones that didn't were interviewed afterwards, saying, right, what didn't you notice? And nothing. They counted and they say, what about this thing that these ones noticed? What about if we go back and look at it in video? And they go, how come I didn't notice that in the video? It's called the gorilla video because a gorilla walks across the screen, beats his chest and walks out. And that might sound odd because, well, gosh, I don't want to make it too long a video, but literally our map informs what we see. And there's this thing called precognitive screening that happens that means literally we don't even see it and then choose, I'm not going to see it because, or I'm not going to notice that because I'm actually focusing on, in this example, the people passing on the white team, the balls, and how many times. So I'm focused on that, so I'm not going to concentrate, but I see it. A precognitive screening means you're not even cognitively having that discussion or having that process in you. You literally don't see it, which is an interesting thing, particularly to the 50% who saw it, you know. So it's like, how can you not see it? But to the other 50, it's like, what? What? See what? So your perception, not only of the world and your map is different, but what you see in the world is literally different. And there's many studies that have been shown on this. So when you change or attempt to intentionally change your map of the world, it doesn't just, you can't just change, rub it out and that's better. Yes, that's better. That makes more sense. Yes, it's there. No, it's not just literally changing a map, because underneath the map and underpinning the map, in so many different ways, I won't say anymore because it probably, you can visualize and understand this already to some level, that underneath the map, your beliefs and your values, they connected on so many different levels. They're connected on so many different levels, and that's what holds those the map in place. So what you see is the map, if you like, you know, that's the analogy, but underneath it's underpinned by all these values and beliefs, and they all cross over, and it's so intricate that just trying to change the map disturbs your map of the world. How cool is that? 8 minutes in, so right, keep going, get a move on, Will. So changing your map disturbs your belief system. It changes disturbs your map of the world. So even right, I want to do this specific thing, so I'm not thinking so negatively, so I can do and achieve the things I want to in life. Yeah, I'm clear, I'm motivated, I'm feeling good. Change the belief. It's like, oh crap, what's going on? Because it's got this foundation underneath that's highly connected with your belief system, your value system, and it disturbs your map of the world, and it can be quite disturbing. It's so intricate and interconnected, and that's what makes it a difficult thing. So the world literally presents itself differently to different people, and values play a huge part of it. It's complicated. Belief system, it's all there. It's hugely complicated, and to me, fascinating. That's what makes this change stuff, fascinating. That's why over the years attending events and seminars and doing the self-development circuit, and seeing people stuck. Oh, I'm going to this guru. It's like, woo, coming back, going, whoa, it's amazing. My life's changing. And you think, Christ, I'm missing out. FOMO, I'm missing out, and I need to do this as well, because look at them. They are amazing. They've transformed. Yet you see them a few months later, and they're exactly the same. It's like, oh, this curve that they went through, and they're like, "Hmm." Maybe I should phrase it not Freudian, phrase it the curve. So, and then they haven't changed. So it's like, and I was in that, and I could notice that within myself. It's like, why am I going through the curve? So it's complicated. It's fascinating to me. So my invitation to you, I'm going to wrap it up. 10 minutes in. If you want to have better control over your emotions, particularly the negative ones, because, by all means, come to me and I'll bottle up some of that and sell it, the positive stuff. Oh, well, I'm having too good a time. Can you help me? Yes. Let's drain a bit off. Oh, that's an interesting noise, but happy emotions make that noise. Drain a bit off. I'll take it and I'll sell it to other people and make a profit. That'd be great business. So people don't come to me for that. People come to me because they're having difficulties controlling their negative emotions, their sensitivity to the negative emotions. They want to control them and get them down better, get them in control. So my invitation is to you: if you want to have better control over your negative emotions, let me know. You've probably seen some of the stuff I do. You've probably seen, the approach. Just let me know. Start a conversation about it. Obviously, I charge for my services, yet I also enjoy conversations around it. So, I have free content. I do, all sorts of different stuff. So just engage in the conversation. That's what these things are about, keeping the conversation alive. So by all means, take the test as well. Comment, subscribe, get involved in the conversation, but share the conversation, because so many of us are not having the conversation because our map of the world is the world, yet it isn't true, it isn't real. So by all means, please share this, get involved in the conversation, and if you want to have better control of your emotion, just let me know. All right, many thanks, speak to you soon, and have an awesome rest of your day. Bye bye.